We are going to check out the official 2023 Broncos schedule, but let me know your record prediction for Denver. Type it down in the comment section below. At the end of the video, I'm going to reveal my record prediction for the Broncos. Welcome into the Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports. Matthew Peterson here with the official 2023 NFL schedule for the Broncos. So we're going to run through the schedule. We're going to go kind of game by game-ish. I'm going to offer some analysis, some insight, break down a couple of the key matchups, including, unfortunately, a lot of primetime games. After last year, I thought the NFL would have learned their lesson, but apparently not. And at the end of the video, I will give my record prediction. But let's start things off with a home matchup for Denver right out the gate at home against their division rival, the Las Vegas Raiders. So Sean Payton starts his Broncos career in front of a home crowd. Fingers crossed, no one has to count down the play clock for Sean Payton at home. Week 2, they've got the Commanders, so 2 straight home games to open up the season. Week 3, they go to Miami, so a Vic Fangio revenge game with Bradley Chubb early on. You get your popcorn ready. Week 4, they continue their road trip to the Windy City and take on the Chicago Bears. Week 5, the game everyone was looking for against the fraud. He can't hack it. Nathaniel Hackett home against the Jets. Aaron Rodgers comes to town with Hackett. That is a get your popcorn ready type of game. Week 6 at the Chiefs on Thursday Night Football. I'm going to declare that right now. That is officially going to suck. Week 7 against the Packers at home. So a Chiefs sandwich, and then they have the Kansas City Chiefs at home afterwards. So Jets, Chiefs, Packers, Chiefs. That's a tough 4-game stretch depending on who you ask. Later on in the video, I'm going to say why it might not be as, bite more bark than that schedule slate really says. Week 9, they have a bye before getting ready for a Monday night game against the Bills. So an extra bye, really, right? You get an extra day, wait until Monday night. So hopefully Denver can put together a good game plan to give themselves the best possible chance to knock off Buffalo on the road. Week 11, home against the Minnesota Vikings, George Payton revenge game on Sunday night. Who thought that was a good idea? Why? No one wants to see Kirk Cousins in primetime. And after last season, no one wants to see Denver on primetime. So who in the league offices in New York thought, let's put those two guys together on Sunday Night Football? Week 12, they have the Browns at home before going to Houston and taking on the Texans. Week 14, they face the Chargers for the first time at LA, and another road trip afterwards going to the Motor City. So back-to-back road games right there. Week 16 against New England. It'll be a 6:15 local kickoff on Christmas Eve, the 24th. Week 17, another game against the Chargers, this time at home. And they round out the schedule in the Sin City taking on the Raiders. So that is the entire 2023 schedule. But don't go anywhere. We're going to break down each game. I'm going to give some analysis and some takes and whatnot. But before we do that, if you hate the Chiefs, and I'm talking if you despise the Raiders and you can't stand the Chargers, subscribe right now and join some good company here as producer Sam nods along here, because week 1 against the Raiders cannot get here soon enough, and I want to see Sean Payton clown the clown Josh McDaniels. Now, for a quick reference here, last year in my record prediction video, I went 10 for 17, so I'm going to give out some premature wins and losses right now. Tomorrow's video, I'll do a full wins and losses slate. It's a joke of a thing we do as sports fans, but we all do it. So while everyone makes fun of everyone that does these types of videos, they're doing it too. They're just doing it in their head. So week 1 against the Raiders, this has to be a win. I am declaring this now as a must-win game or the season is over. You cannot start week 1 at home for Sean Payton losing to Josh McDaniels and Jimmy Garoppolo. You have a lot of time to put together a good game plan. You have to beat the Raiders at home against week 1, a team that's had your number the last couple of years. Then week 2 against the Commanders. Doesn't really matter when you played Washington. They're going to suck this year. So if you beat the Raiders, you could start off 2-0 before going on the road and taking on the Miami Dolphins. Now, I don't know if 2 weeks is enough time for Tua to get hurt, because let's be honest, that's going to happen. But it's going to be enough time for Vic Fangio to see what's out there on Denver's offense and for Bradley Chubb to start plotting against Garrett Bowles or Mike McGlinchey, whoever's starting at left tackle at that point opposite McGlinchey. So that's going to be a very fun matchup for Denver, going to South Beach and taking on Fangio and Chubb in a rematch right there, or a revenge game rather. Moving on, week 4, they go on the road again. So 2 straight home games to open up the year, then 2 straight road games. Chicago, I'd much rather play them in late September, early October than in December. So I like the week 4 matchup there. Week 5. Oh, week 5. Against the Jets, against Nathaniel Hackett. I mean, Vance Joseph, do your worst. Do everything to make this an absolute whomping, ass-kicking, clowning, and embarrassment. I want Hackett walking back to New Jersey after this game for what he put this fan base through last season. And as for Aaron Rodgers, he's going to suck this year. Wanted him last year. This year, no way. No good anymore. Then there's week 6 at Kansas City on Thursday Night Football. I have no motivational speech for you guys. I do not have anything to pipe you guys up for this matchup here other than, no, I don't. The only thing I have is the Chiefs in week 7 play the Chargers. So maybe Kansas City is looking ahead and you're able to catch them off guard, kind of like the Raiders did a couple of years ago around this point in the season. That's the best I got. Week 7 against the Packers at home. Green Bay will suck this year. They got way too many primetime games. They're going to be last year's Broncos. Call my shot right now. Week 8 against the Chiefs at home. If you can't beat them at Arrowhead, hopefully the losing run ends. I don't even want to say the number. I think it's 15. No one tell me what it is down below for no one's mental health. But hopefully at home, Sean Payton can find a way to knock off the Chiefs for this fan base. Week 9, you get a bye. Good time for a bye. I like a week 9 bye. If I could handpick a bye week, I'd probably go with either week 8, 9, or 10. So right in the middle. And then week 10, you go to Buffalo coming off the bye on Monday Night Football. So you get some extra time to prepare for Josh Allen, which you are going to need. And then there's this. Week 11, Sunday Night Football. I am apologizing in advance because you know when November 19th rolls around, the entire country is going to go, why are they putting us through this? We did this last year. We have done this with Kirk Cousins for a long time. What sick bastard in Manhattan, New York thought, you know, it'd be really funny if we took Kirk Cousins prime time and 2022 Broncos prime time and put that on Sunday Night Football for the whole country to see. This is going to suck. I don't know who's going to win, but it's going to suck. So let me know. Who you got? Broncos, Vikings, Sunday Night Football. I don't think it can be flexed out. I think that's too early to be flexed out. If it can be, please do. I do not want... 12 is the earliest. We are doomed. Michael Scott moment. We are screwed. Week 12, though, that is home against the Browns before going to Houston and taking on the Texans. So Denver able to get out of the cold a little bit in Week 13 and go play in a dome in Houston. Week 14, they continue their road trip. They go to SoFi and take on the LA Chargers for a Week 14 matchup. Their first time playing LA. Week 15, another road game. So 3 road games. Do I have that right? Texans, Chargers, Lions. That is quite the road trip right there. Living out of their suitcases for a while, going up to Detroit. I think the Lions are the way overhyped team this year. They are going to get an ass kicking like none other. I'm talking a Step Brothers moment. Like, you're next, mister, pointing to Detroit right now for the Chiefs. It's going to be a whomping. Week 16, Patriots, Christmas Eve, NFL Network, 6:15 p.m. local time kickoff. I'm going to highlight this game because I think this is one of those games where if Denver really wants to be a playoff contender and in the hunt at this point in the season, you got to take care of business at home against a Patriots team that is sort of on par with Denver. They won 8 games last year, but it felt like they won 4 at times. So this is a predetermined, I'm going to prematurely declare this a must-win game for Denver. Week 17, home against the Chargers. Hopefully it goes a lot like Week 18's game against the Chargers last year. And then they round out the season on the road, which, I mean, if you're going to play on the road in Week 18, it might as well be in a dome so it's not too cold and you're not playing at Chicago or at Cleveland. So Week 18, they round out the season with back-to-back AFC West games. So what is your favorite matchup, right? Exclude the division games because we get those every year. I kind of like the Patriots on Christmas Eve. I mean, you go back in time a little bit, and you got some great divisional history right there. At one point, a big rivalry in the NFL. Now it's been diluted. But I'm going to go with I'm going to go with the Patriots game. Let me know what your favorite matchup is down in the comment section. I'm going to have Denver go 9-8 this year. I think Sean Payton can take a 5-win team from last season, and he can take 9 of those one-score losses and flip 4 of them. And that's 9-8. And in year 1 for Sean Payton, take a 5-win team and get him 9-8, which might be good enough for the postseason. It was last year for Miami, but it might not be. We'll wait and see. But 9-8, I feel like, is a pretty good bar for Denver to shoot for if we're being realistic here. Let me know what your record prediction is down in the comment section below. I'm going to sign off and see everyone later.